So when we talk about the ecliptic, right, we talk about the sun's apparent migration from tropic to tropic and what it looks like to us. Now, what causes this is if you look at the flat Earth dome model here, right, you can see that the sun is on a slight tilt above the plane, right? It's not perfectly level on the slight tilt. It's about a 5-degree inclination. Now, the moon is on a similar inclination, but not the same. And the difference in those inclinations between eclipse cycles is what makes them miss most times when they intersect and not actually connect for a so-called eclipse, right? So those two things are definitely present. The one from the sun, though, is what creates what we know as the ecliptic, right? So the sun's band is what we're looking at in each observer. So from here, you can see the sun travels from about here to about here. That's the 23.5 degrees that we're talking about in the ecliptic. If we get a different angle on it, we can see the analemma begin to form in the person's perspective, right? Because each person would see that in a different position here. So that's where the sun is, and that's where the sun appears to be. So the migration of the sun annually is what we're calling the ecliptic. So this band, you see this band right here, the sun travels from this band depending on the time of the year, south of north, south of east rather, and set south of west. So it's rise south of east, set south of west. There we go. And again, depending on the season, it does the opposite. Rise north of east, set south of west. Okay, now that ecliptic band in each observer is what is making this possible. Again, right? This is the band. And this is again caused by the true path of the sun doing this. Right? As its migration, it goes up and down, it changes height, and it gets a little bit lower depending on the season, right? So if we looked at it from the top, you would be able to tell it just goes out and in, and out and in. And that's what we see on most of our simulations and most of our depictions when we're talking about it. This is what it shows you. But what it's actually doing in 3D is changing heights, right? That's all it's doing. That's what creates more and less light. If you look at it down, you can see that as it gets lower and out to the corner, it creates more and less light. But that's the ecliptic in a nutshell.